Ayrton, it has been a quite incredible season for you. You are the youngest ever 3 times world champion, 3 times in 4 years. I have to ask you, on behalf of your despairing rivals, is your motivation still as high as ever?
I think so. I am, as you said, young. I am healthy. I am as committed as ever to my passion, to our passion, and to my profession. And the main thing is to find ways, time after time, to stimulate myself in my own world or in my own funny ways, to dedicate a lot of my time and a lot of my thinking and keep up with the commitment that is quite high to continue to be successful.
Now, we all need goals in life. We have to aim for something to attempt to achieve it. And I know you must feel that way. Now, with 3 world championships, 60 pole positions, 33 wins, what can be your target? Fangio?
Well, I said this several times before, and as Sterling this evening expressed here just a few minutes ago, I think no matter who in the modern Formula One, be myself or any younger drivers that will be successful in the future, can achieve, be 4, 5, 6, how many titles you can imagine. No one will ever take away anything that Fangio has done in the past of motor racing. He has established the titles, the records, but also he has established a way of doing things as a gentleman, as a man. And all I can say is that I should be trying hard to get as near as possible to him.
Now, you had 7 wins in 1991, but it was by no means an easy year for you.
It's been a special season, of course. We finally got another championship. It's been a good start, as you all know. We had our difficulties. We had a great championship, particularly with Nigel, but also Patrese was there. And it's been particularly rewarding because this championship was again a result of everybody pulling together strong as ever to the same direction, and that has been the efforts that McLaren has done, Honda and Shell and all the sponsors that have helped us to pull out from the troubles we had and finally win in some style in Japan.
Now here is a question I have been longing to ask you ever since it happened. When you walked back at Hockenheim after you had run out of petrol for the second time in 2 races, what did you say to Ron Dennis?
Well, I keep learning every day, about many things in life, and one thing that I have learned lately is that you should monitor very carefully your words, particularly if it's not your native language. But I'm afraid that at that occasion, in the truck, on the back of the truck of McLaren, I was not monitoring my words at all. So we had a particular moment there, but I think we now know each other well enough to understand some of the frustrations that we both go through at different times in different ways, and I think we try to get the best out of each other. And I have to say that I won my first championship with McLaren, with Ron. I won other 2 championships, and that is something that does not happen often in the same team, you know, to the same driver. So it's something that only time will prove, but I value very high.
Now, when you won the first 4 Grand Prix of 1991, you had done something that no one had ever done before in the history of Grand Prix racing. We all thought that this was going to be another 1988 with McLaren winning. Did you say to yourself, "That's it, Ayrton, I'm there, I've won"?
I don't think so. You should ask all the team members. Well, before we went to the Phoenix Grand Prix, when we first tried the car in Portugal, I had 2 months off, so I was fresh and full of motivation, and I had a good feeling because we made a step forward in all areas, but I didn't think we had done enough in some areas to be very confident. Of course, we won the first 4 races, and I kept saying to everyone, you know, we're not there, and many people were thinking, when is he gonna be happy, because he's on pole, he's winning, he's leading from lap 1 to last lap, and he's complaining. And but the people inside the team knew, they understood, but it took a while to get everybody really with the right momentum. And we then saw subsequently to Monte Carlo a number of races where Williams was very strong, and we were struggling. But on the other hand, that has made this year special, because we all pulled together afterwards, and in a very short time we were able to recover and to match them and to keep the number 1 in our car next year.
Well, now, in less than 3 months' time, we are all going to be at Kyalami in South Africa, where you got your first World Championship point in 1984. You've heard what Williams are doing. Luca Montezemolo is at Ferrari, and he's an extremely competent man. Tom Walkinshaw is at Benetton, and he's an extremely competent man. You're going to have an even harder time next year, I think.
I don't know. I think it could be an even more exciting championship next year again compared to 91. Certainly 91 has been the most difficult and the most exciting, because different cars, different drivers won. 88 was fantastic and is the one that I like most because it was my first one. And I had a top driver beside me with the same equipment, but we were well ahead of everybody else in terms of equipment. And I think 92 could be a continuity of 91, hopefully not with the same struggle as we had halfway this year, and hopefully I can go back to the pits every time after the race with my racing car and not with a lift or with a pace car. But I think it could be very exciting next year again.
Ayrton, we have an expression in English which says, "A little bird told me." Now, a little bird told me... Oh. Well, a little bird told me that at the FISA presentations in Paris last night, you made a special presentation of a crash helmet to Jean-Marie Balestre. Is that true?
That's, of course, that's true. Well, you just said I made a presentation, and it was something that I did with some hesitation for a moment, and it's something, I've been sincere. It's something that I did with some reservation, but I found myself in a position, unexpected position, where after dinner, Bobby Constantinou started to call on the microphone and some of our colleagues to talk to them, and I never expect that because the 2 times before I was there in the past, that wasn't part of. And I had the helmet with me, still undecided what to do with it, thinking that perhaps if I give him it would be after finishing dinner. And when he then called me, Bob called me on the microphone. I went there, I started to talk to Bob, and I got involved in the climb, in the atmosphere, which was very friendly, very genuine, and then I called Jean-Marie there. We made some jokes, and I was able to express some of my feelings in a sincere manner, and at the same time without any knife anywhere. You know, it was just really a sincere way and joking, and I think it just came right. It was unexpected, but it came just right, and I believe he took it the right way, the same as I did, and I think it was good. It happened unexpected, but I was happy afterwards that it happened that way, and I was able to give him my helmet sincerely.
And so are we. Ayrton, you've got a very busy schedule. We are extremely grateful for being with us tonight. You have a nasty cold, I think. Thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Ayrton Senna.
Thank you very much. I'd like to just add a few words. I am, like he said, still young, 31, but I've been involved in motor racing from 4 years old, believe me. And when I come to England in 1981 to participate in the Formula 4 Championship, was my first season of racing cars. Until then was only go-karts. And I've been through several seasons here in different categories, successfully, fortunately. And lots of the things that I learned and that I've subsequently used in Formula 1 have come from England, because here I learned how to race as a professional, I learned how to observe the flags, I learned how to follow the marshals, the starting procedures, the testing procedures, setup of cars, the relationship with the engineers, mechanics, team owners, team managers, and that has made a lot of my personality in terms of motor racing. I know that often I don't get the best press in England, but I suppose nobody's perfect. I try hard, and I try hard to be better, to improve. And I'd just like to say thank you to all of those people here in England that have given me the opportunity from 1981 to come through all the way, and in such a relatively short period of time get so much success. Thank you.